Open up, Colorado. It's 420. Time to grind and burn.
This is not your son's stoner show.
Open up. Open up. Open up. Open up.
Welcome to the Cannabis Community Project. This is Brainstorm. Once again, bring you your weekly podcast from the CCP studios high up in Denver, Colorado. Here exploring the business side of this newly emerging economy, focusing on the business, the patient, the retailer, to the geek in the garage, creating that next innovation in cannabis. This is the first media platform to help fellow cannapreneurs just like you while living the lifestyle.
Are you a licensed cannabis business? Do you have surplus wholesale cannabis products? The Cannabis Commodities Exchange is on a high demand alert. CCX is the premier wholesale trading platform for licensed cannabis businesses, and right now some of our markets are currently experiencing a shortage. So join CCX today and sell your surplus hassle-free. Becoming a CCX member is fast, easy, and best of all, free. So sign up and request to add an account today at www.cannaexchange.com. Or call us at 1-800-498-3CCX. When you need to sell your wholesale cannabis product, CCX is building bridges for your business. Let's go.
Thanks for joining us, Cannapreneurs. Welcome back. After a short break I had to take, I was right in the middle of a move and I just couldn't get last week's show put together in time. We're over here on the other side of I-25 in the DTC Denver Technological Center here in Denver, Colorado, moving studios from the Lakewood, Littleton west side to the east side, mostly because it's just closer to home. And it's also a good area to be close to businesses right in the center of Denver, right in the connection of I-25 to 225. You know, I do love this city. I couldn't foresee any other city being as great as the greater metro Denver area, all the way from Boulder to Colorado Springs and all around in all the directions. This is the place to be. And so many people come in here to find out what it's all about. Cannabis Community Project is expanding, and we want to make sure we become part of the integrated infrastructure of Colorado, Denver, Colorado, representing the cannabis industry here. And you can help us. You can help us by joining the community, joining in all aspects. You can be a guest if you have something to say. You can be a listener and share with your friends. You can be a sponsor and show the world your products and services. There's so many ways to participate in the community here. And I'm just thankful that every week I'm able to bring you the show with so many new and interesting people. This week we have a very interesting gentleman, Noah, or well, actually, let me just call him by his name. Lee Ricks, musician, socialpreneur, great individual, life changer out there, making an impact in the world. Created a nonprofit organization, Hip Hop for Shoes. This is an interesting one, bringing music, hip hop into the nonprofit world of providing shoes for those who are shoeless. We're going to learn all about it, and we're going to make sure that you get his story and everything you can learn from it, because there's a lot to be learned from these type of stories. Hey, speaking of music, what are you doing around 420? Cannabis Community Project is putting together an exclusive event, a somewhat private event for about 30 to 50 people exclusively, to have a live show, entertainment, sponsors providing product, dabs, flower all around, a get-together network, social gathering of everybody in the Cannabis Community Project. We're going to do that right on 420, and we're going to bring in the celebration, not on a big grand scale, but a small scale. We're going to do a live show from the event. We have a place that we're putting together now, working with Young Fate. You might have heard him on a show a couple weeks ago, and also maybe even Lyrics from this week's show. Lee Ricks from this week's show might also be joining us. We got a couple openings for a couple other acts coming up on 420. It's going to be a private party that you'll want to be part of. Send me an email or a contact if you want to learn more about it and see what it's all about. But until then, let's take a quick look back at last week's short-term memory flashback relapse to remember Diego from Colorado Wellness. learning about the exclusive club of dispensary owners. Hey, that was an interesting one. Go back, take a listen to the full thing, share it with friends. Let me give you a couple minutes right now just to get an idea what we talked about, what it was all about, and then we'll move on to this week's show. We got a lot of good stuff coming. We got a lot of good stuff packed into the show, so don't skip through it and don't cut out early. This is your radio show, the Cannabis Community Project radio show.
All right, well, my name is Diego Ortega. I'm a Denver native here, born and raised. I am a current shareholder at Colorado Wellness, Inc. at 2057 South Broadway, here in Denver. Broadway and Evans, right in the heart of the Green Mile, as they call it. And that's just a small piece about me.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty important piece. Right?
It's one of the most important pieces.
I mean, in a sense, you're kind of in an elite percentage of individuals because very few people have the ability to be part of a legalized center, right?
So, like I said, so for that even, how many more stories are there of me that, worked my way kind of to that position where I was fortunate enough to even get these guys to offer me even a slice of generous enough to offer me a slice of their company type
now,
of thing.
Are these partner friends? Like these are former friends?
Well, here's the deal how I kind of got in. It was a friend's cousin pretty much. And I went to high school with this friend. So I had known him, and at the time when I was doing the whole caregiver gig, he called me because he had a shop that he needed help as far as the growing side of it too. Everybody says
some guy in a suit and tie with a blank check walked up to you and said, I want your business and everything, and you'll never work a day in your life. Is your heart really that much into being a dispensary owner and operator?
Well, and yes and no. Reason being yes and no. Reason being the regulations and all the shit that we have to go through and all the hoops we have to go through kind of make me not want to be there anymore,
right?
Type of thing, and just go back to my own private thing and just do some stuff for myself, maybe and a few friends. Yeah, we're about 8 to 10 to 12 depending, on certain times, and then I have another trim crew that comes in of another like 8 to 10 people that comes in, but they're not full time. They're just once or twice a month type thing.
Seasonal or monthly?
Yeah, monthly. We harvest about every month, every 4 or 5 weeks.
So you're doing a full employment role. You got a payroll going. You got insurance that you're paying taxes.
Oh yeah, all of that.
Your
payroll tax.
tax.
Run it the way it needs to be and how it's going now. You're looking 75 to 100,000 a month.
Holy shit!
To run it.
That's employee rent,
that's salaries,
insurances, cost of goods.
Everything. Yeah. Salaries being, a fair amount of that too. But I mean, we take care of our people there. We don't have a high turnover rate. We're a smaller to mid-sized company, so we take care of all of our people pretty well.
So we're talking about close to $1 million a year.
A little over, yeah. Involved with it at the time, and here I am today, and still pushing the envelope in a sense. I don't know. It's just folk to sell my percentage of the company, That's where I'm sitting at, I guess, at this point. But I don't see that happening. I mean, for at least 30 years, I'm going strong. I'm going to appoint people to move into different positions to take over my work, at some point, so I could focus on other things.
Like what? In the industry or outside?
Yeah, no, in the industry, so more focused on building the company, taking it maybe to the next level at some other aspects.
I guess that is the question: is where do you go from here? You've built your store.
I've built my store.
You have the operation, the logistics down. You've built a client base.
Yep.
You want to give all your contact information if people want to come visit you and check out your store?
Colorado Wellness Inc. at 2057 South Broadway. It's right on the corner of Broadway Evans, the northwest corner. And we've been there since 2009. We're one shop. We're small boutique. We do small batch stuff, high kush, high diesel, stuff like that. We don't rush things. When stuff's there, it's there. We don't sell anybody else's stuff. We like to keep everything in the house all the way from there.
Hey, Cannapreneurs. This week's show is sponsored by Dairy Berries Recording Studio. Dairy Berries Recording Studio, located in Arvada, Colorado, is your local recording studio with affordable rates. Mark is well experienced and will make your show, music, or any audio you have sound great. He makes our show come across the internet loud and clear every week, and he can do the same for your project. Take a look at dairyberriesrecordingstudio.com or call Mark at 303-456-8216.
And now, this week's HR Update with Scott Fable.
So yeah, I was at the High Times Cannabis Cup in San Bernardino, California, the Southern California High Times Cannabis Cup.
Here, let's do it NPR style.
All right.
So now you've just made a statement. Now introduce yourself after you've already started talking.
All right. My name is Scott Fable. I am the owner of Highest Rewards, company that is doing human resources consulting for the cannabis industry. I've been on the show a few times, but I wanted to come back and give you guys an update, tell you about the human resources survey that I'm doing for the cannabis industry, and talk about kind of the reception and of the survey and the things that I'm doing to market myself.
No need to say you've been on the show a few times. I think people recognize you. I mean, you have a whole segment dedicated to with kick-ass music and everything.
Yeah.
So
I value the show and the listeners of the show. So
now you're just
thank you for listening.
It's been a busy new year, right?
It has.
It's been a busy new year. Months are passing by. But in the meantime, you've finished your website.
I did.
Launched your business.
I did.
Created a HR survey. Submitted it to the public.
It's out in the wild.
Gone to California and participated in a Cannabis Cup.
Yes.
All in a month and a half.
Yeah. I think the whole month of December was just kind of a waste. As year end usually is.
Not a waste. I mean,
well, there's, people are out of town and, things are just kind of on hold. So.
Well, maybe it wasn't as productive as what you wanted, but it wasn't a waste because if you think about it, like if you think about every cycle, right? Everything has a cycle.
Right.
So if you would have started in January, what that really means is that somewhere around March, you would have started getting the traction you need.
That's right, yeah.
But because you use December as your kind of beginning kind of inertia launching pad, you've already burned those couple weeks of getting started.
All right. Well, thanks for that positive spin. Appreciate that.
That's my specialty.
Things move so fast in this industry. It takes some effort to keep up, I guess.
Well, since it's called the HR Minute, let's jump right in.
Let's start with a survey. I just wanted to let all the listeners know and all their friends and people they might know who work in the cannabis industry. The human resources survey that I'm conducting is taking a look at current people practices or human resources practices in the cannabis industry to hopefully make change and to equip some of the business owners in the industry to make more sound business decisions when it comes to human resources. The survey covers 5 key positions in the cannabis industry. It covers bud tenders, grow labor, so not your master grower, but your hourly grow assistants. We also are surveying for lab technicians and lab analysts for the testing side of the house. We also have the cook for infused products. This would not be your head chef, but more of your line cook type jobs who are producing the products. And then we have kind of the wild card is the packager and a grow or infused product maker. you'll have the creation of the product, and then you got to put it actually into the packages. You got to present it in a way that is appealing to customers in a child-safe package, etc. So when you're, for example, doing concentrates and you have a 250 gram slab of concentrate, and you need to package that up. So you need somebody to do that. So that job is kind of the wild card in that it can exist in multiple different areas of the cannabis industry, but we're interested to find out what the results are going to look like. And the survey takes about 5 to 10 minutes based upon how many of the survey jobs that you have. And then it also asks about your overall company, what you offer in benefits to employees, and also what sorts of incentives you might provide, whether that's a production incentive or customer satisfaction, et cetera. So it covers a lot of things, but it's very short, and I think it'll provide a great snapshot of currently what's going on. And based off that information and that data, I'll be utilizing that for my consulting practice.
Excellent. So let's do a quick recap, a quick rundown.
Sure.
So you're going to be wandering the streets looking for dispensaries.
Yes.
They're going to see your smiling face come through a door. You're going to present them with the survey, and the owner or manager of that shop on the spot takes it. They go online. They go home and conduct a written survey. What's the actual 1, 2, 3 step?
Sure. So to access the survey, it's all going through my website, highеstreward.com. There's a big button right in the middle that says Take Our HR Survey. So the survey is done electronically, and it's formatted in a way that you can do it on your computer at home, or you can do it on your mobile phone. So I guess based on the owner and what their current situation is, whether they're limited on time, they could do it on the road, they could do it at home if they want to.
Nice.
If you participate in the survey, you automatically get the aggregate national results for free. You'll be able to see at a national level what the average pay for a bud tender is who has 3 years experience, so not your entry level, but somebody who has some experience in the industry. You'll have a general ballpark sense of what should I offer this employee if I'm hiring them, or if I have currently some bud tenders with 3 years experience, am I paying them appropriately? Am I incenting them appropriately?
So this is going to be direct data that everybody who is currently hiring employees can use to compare and contrast national wages, what they should expect in incomes for both sides, so employees and employers.
Yeah, and not so much exposure to employees. This is mainly on the business operator side. That you bring up a good point. Having as an employee in the cannabis industry, having awareness of what your current worth is, I think, is a good thing to have if you're looking to get employed, or you're looking to move, or you're looking to go to a different company. So that's something we'll explore in the future. But really, for this survey, it's a snapshot of what's going on currently. And you're right, business owners will have a better sense or a better awareness of what the job market looks like for employees.
Information is power, as we've all heard it many times before. So what are the basic objections you've heard so far from people? Have you heard any?
Objections? The biggest objection is
survey?
Yeah, the biggest objection is not another survey. But when I really talk to them about what I'm trying to uncover through the survey, the general sense has been pretty widely accepted. I've been going like said, Brainstorm said, sorry, we can edit that out. I've been going around to dispensaries, just walking up and down the street here in Colorado, and then I also went to the High Times Cannabis Cup in Southern California this past weekend.
Hold on, though, we're not done with this survey.
Right.
Matter of fact, we might have to hold the Cannabis Cup over to next week just for time reasons. Because I have a couple more questions about the survey, because I'm very interested as somebody who wants to believe I'm involved in the industry, and I want to believe as a result of that I should understand the industry. I'm always fascinated with the nuts and bolts and infrastructure of business. Can you throw some numbers at us? How many people are employed in Colorado roughly in the industry that, guesstimate it?
As of December, the MED had given out roughly 13,000 licenses for individuals to work in the cannabis industry.
Okay.
So those are your support badges and your key badges that every employee has to have.
Do you have any numbers on turnover rates?
I don't.
Oh, see, if we had that number, we could do some math, right?
Yeah.
We could do some basic math on what the industry in general is losing and spending on hiring employees, and then what those small small percentages in salaries really mean when you times it by 13,000 people? Does a dollar really make a difference in negotiation? Well, maybe not one-on-one, but when you times it by 13 people interacting in the industry, that adds up.
Yeah.
It adds up on both sides for the employee and employer. Maybe a little bit of homework in the future.
I think I can add some maybe color commentary to this. I don't have exact numbers on turnover, but the general theme that I've been hearing, and I think this echoes into maybe all industries, but specifically the companies that have high retention rates, low turnover, are the ones that value their employees and provide them with an environment and a work atmosphere where they can thrive, where they can grow, where they feel a sense of ownership and pride in their brand or their company. And those that don't do that are the ones that have high turnover. And, there's many things that go into it. A big portion of it is the people that I work with. What kind of people are you hiring? I mean, that's another HR question.
Right.
How do you screen those folks? And then how do you measure performance on the job? A lot of these organizations don't have any sort of performance management type program or plan. So they're really flying, by their hip, and they know good employees. They try to keep them around, but in this environment, where it's the competitiveness for jobs, there's many reasons why somebody might leave your company.
Everything that costs money that you just mentioned, screening employees, background checks, doing compliance, paperwork, time, just hiring a minimum wage worker to file paperwork for your application. Everything adds up. The idea is when you invest that much into acquiring somebody, you want them to stay as long as possible.
Sure.
And really, work that diminishing return back down to zero or below, and squeeze every last dollar out of that individual. So when an employee quits early or there's a problem halfway through the process, that's almost money lost. Where you're trying to hold on to people as long as possible and make that individual better, not constantly have a turnover of new people. So,
yeah, that's a good point. What I've come to understand, and I've seen this in other places as well, as like motivational speaking wise, but the adage is you train people well enough so that they can leave, but you treat them well enough so that they don't.
right.
So you can give them all the tools and everything to thrive and to be great workers for you. But at the end of the day, if you don't treat them well, and that comes with your relationships in the office,
Right.
Benefits, perks like paid time off, for sick leave, for vacation, those are little things that go a long way for employees. I'm not seeing in my research so far that companies in the cannabis industry are understanding the value of good employees. So hopefully I'll remedy that.
Well, a lot of it is the mentality of how one looks at an employee, right? I mean, when you're a business owner and you have your list of things you need, whether you're talking about space and product, employee is just a number on that list. Person to stand behind cash register is a number on a list right next to, paper towels for the bathroom and right next to soap for the kitchen. It's just a number on a list. So when it really comes to looking at this employee as a human, it's almost like, well, why? Why should I? They're my employee. I'm the owner. They'll work for me or they'll get out of here. Just like if this wash machine isn't working, I'll buy a new one. And I think unless that mentality changes, I don't know if employees will ever be treated with dignity.
Yeah.
Because the idea of an employee is almost, what's the opposite of dignity? Dignifying.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I was a better wordsmith.
Yeah.
But the point being is that you have to train people to make your company better. But if you're training them just so they'll leave, then all you're doing is paying for your competitors' training.
Yeah.
So you have to treat them good.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to do that, they can't really be employees.
Yeah.
Because employee is just a number on a list of shit you got to pay, stuff that you're trying to get the cheapest out of, and that the second you find a cheaper one, you're gonna replace it. Just like my dishwasher, the second it doesn't work halfway the way I want it to, and I see one at Walmart for 2 cents cheaper, it's out of here.
Yeah.
That's an employee.
Yeah, I mean that is a common belief, and I'm sure there's hundreds of businesses out there in the industry that operate like that, but there are some that don't. And
That's why I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a podcaster.
Yeah.
I'm unable to work for other people, and others are unable to work for me. I have no choice but to work alone.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm learning to work with my wife right now. So she's been helping me with the marketing and the website and all that stuff. So I'll give a plug to her, a shout out.
like she's having to kind of tell you the things, and you have to follow orders, or what do you mean work together?
I think she's more so she's creative type designer. She's into the social media aspect of things. So she'll give me parameters in which to work. She'll tell me the rules and the guidelines, and I try to operate within those. And
you don't have any social media really at this point. So.
We just started posting on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
We'll be getting on Facebook soon. I heard that's a place to go. Instagram was a choice we made to focus there because of the large population of users who are dispensaries or grows or growers or
Posting
bud
their
tenders.
photos and everything.
Yeah. So they're trying to get some traction in that. Realm is kind of our first focus. So so you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Highest Reward, all one word.
Very good. Well, I mean, that was probably a minute and a half.
Something like that.
So let's save the Cannabis Cup for next week.
Okay.
And then that way we don't try to cram it all into one. But that was very interesting. Thank you for stopping by once again.
Sure.
Talk about money, wages, infrastructure, everything HR related.
Yeah.
The HR update.
Yes. HighestReward.com. Go there, fill out the survey, and
new website. Yeah. Signed by his wife. Check it out.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Cannapreneurs, do you remember last week when I hinted towards starting a new show on terrestrial radio, and we're going to focus on patients? Well, it's coming together, but this is going to be another community show actually taking place over a broadcast of small networks of radio stations locally hooked together, kind of like pirate radio, just about the truth and facts of the situation. We're going to dig deep into patient lives. This is going to be a show that sometimes get into all the things people are doing to get their medicine, as well as the things those above board are doing to start participating in the industry. Well, change is a happening, change is a coming. It's going to be broadcast right here locally from Boulder's very own 95.3. Look it up. The Patient Hour with Ashley Marie and T. Augustine. We explore everything patient, the highs, the lows, the ins and outs of cannabis healing, and you're going to be able to find all of it on greenlightradio.com. Look for us in the following weeks coming up. Again, that's greenlightradio.com. They're all of Colorado community radio stations. And we're going to bring what I'm doing here. I'm going to team up with Ashley Marie, one that educates you, gets you learning, bring you some stories from the deep-hearted patients that might make you laugh and make you cry, to be part of this industry, even to helping out patients find housing, find locations, find medicine. There's so many things that are needed around patient issues.
Get out of here. It's starting to give me the creeps in here.
Hey, how you doing?
Why don't you get the hell out of here?
This week's show is a doozy, man. It really is. I went around the country with my tape recorder.
Why is that? Will you just get the hell out of here?
These people would wail away on each other, man. They would really go at it, and I captured it on tape.
He started moving on her at once. He shouted something wild and unintelligible, as if he were in pain. And then he stopped.
Okay. Well, until next time, this is Barry Lakin saying, all the world is schlock.
Hey. What? You're good. Well, you're not.
Maddie Lee, this one's for you. Madison, Madison Lee, Madison, Madison Lee, Madison. One special day, you came into my life. You filled your mom and I with love right from your eyes. Everything you did, it wasn't a surprise. You were meant to be just like the lightning in the sky. On the long nights, you sang out your cries. We held you so tight, safe from the world's crimes. But now you're getting older, you're free to live your life. One day you'll make a fam, you'll build your own tribe. I know you do your best and keep your head high and reinstill the love that you put inside my life. When times are getting rough, there's no need for your size, cause everywhere you go, you know I'm right by your side. Yeah, this is my truth, there's no way that I can hide. Every breath you gave, it opened up my eyes. Soon we'll be together, just give it more time. We'll all come together with you as a guide. I'm witness to your truth, there's no way to deny. You were God's gift, thrown into human size. Thrown into human size, y'all. The hardest part about ever writing this song was holding back my tears while I moved it along. Staring at your pictures, you were looking so strong. And no matter what, I'm glad you're there for your mom. You'll be shedding light when those nights get long, to give you hugs and love while I'm writing my songs. I'm thinking of you both, for your love I will long, while I read your old letters saying, Daddy, be strong. Life's a game of chess, and our love was the pawn. You were stolen by the king, the dark beast of the lost. But in the very end, well, he'll be paying the cost. Kneeling right by our sides, giving praise to my boss. You send me with your love, it's never coming off. And now your love's my light, and when I'm dealing with life, just know I'm thinking of you. Just hope you're thinking of me. And no matter what they say, don't ever get that misconstrued, cause they don't know a single thing our little family went through. How you were living proof your wishes come true. Without you in our lives, we would have unglued. And now you'll bring the truth to any human that you choose, and open up the doors that you come to, and wipe away the tears of the lost and abused. Just giving back this love my father put in you. Just giving back my love, cause you know I'm proud of you, little Maddie Lee. So proud of you. You know you're special to me, and now it's easy to see, cause now I am C, and yes, I'm thinking of you. Just hope you're thinking of me. Daddy wrote you this tune, just hope you're digging the beats. I'm always by your side, no matter where you will be, no matter how far, even oceans or seas. I wrote this for the parents who were touched like me. I wrote this for the princess. Madison Lee, Madison, Madison Lee, Madison.
Hello?
Hey, Noah, Eric, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing, brother?
Good. Shen, you on your cell phone?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Fuzzy. It's a little muffled.
Let me come upstairs, maybe that'll help.
You're not on a Bluetooth, are you?
No, I'm on a regular cell phone, but I'm in the basement. My name is Noah Bodie. I'm the founder of Hip Hop for Shoes in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm also Lee Ricks on stage. I make music here in Colorado Springs, and currently have a new album out called Universal Lee.
Nice. Lee Ricks, is that what you said your stage name is?
Yeah, yes.
Lee like Bruce Lee, and then Ricks like Rick Dees?
R-I-C-K-S. Yeah, like it sounds.
What's the origin of that? Is there a meaning behind that?
Because it's a metaphor for lyrics. It's just a play on words. That's all.
A wordsmith, the sign of a true musician, right? So we're Hip Hop for Shoes?
Yeah, what we do is I set up events in the area, just showcase music locally with hip-hop artists or any type of artist in the area that want to support the charity, and we just give away shoes to people in the area in need, either kids or adults, men and women that might benefit from some new shoes in their life. Ultimately, we're not planning to save the world with shoes, but just helping a few people on their journey to wherever they're going next. And that's Hip Hop for Shoes, ultimately. On Facebook, it's just Hip Hop 4 shoes, all one word, HIP, HOP, 4, and then shoes. And then we're on Facebook with our videos. You can see us giving shoes away. Some of the artists we've worked with.
Okay, so how does this work? Is this like a Tom's shoes setup where for every pair you sell, you donate one? What's the exact model here?
Well, we just, any shoes that are donated to us, we just turn around and give them away. And we prefer new shoes, again, just to ultimately help people in the area that might need a crispy new pair of shoes on to where they're headed. So, and then I tied it in with music and the hip hop genre, just because, ultimately it's a real negative genre as far as rap and hip hop are concerned and looked at, which is understandable. But as far as I'm concerned, if hip hop can do some negative, it can also do some positive. Ultimately, the word hip hop is a verb, and it's ultimately about if you're not giving, you're not living. And we just want to show people, preferably the young who are into hip hop and rap music, that you can do something positive even when you don't have a lot in your life, which is myself, with giving the shoes away. So basically, I'm giving the shoes and I give them away, and it's just a way to show people how simple it is to get out your butts and really, do something for the community, no matter if it's shoes or hats or food or friendship or, whatever anyone might need. So this is just a small way to show people that through hip hop music and rap music that we can do something positive for the community, regardless of the stereotypes and whatnot that go along with our genre of music.
Very nice. And you said it's a verb, like this Saturday night, you want to do some hip hopping? Kind of.
Yeah, basically, it's like, when we set up a music showcase, you come in, you hip hop, you get some hip hop that evening, some lyricists from the area, or any other type of music. I've had rock bands and different people come in and play for us, but anyone local musically that wants to help support us, you can come in and you can come down and hip hop a little bit and help us support, the artists that are giving away shoes and helping us collect them and giving them out. So it's just like I said, it's the better the walk of the people that are out there walking and hip hopping and whatnot. So it's just another play on words, and it's really just a small piece or something that we can do to better our fellow man and woman, and it doesn't take a lot of work to do it. So, and I feel most things could go that way if people just took the initiative to do them. So
absolutely,
that's where it's at.
So
okay.
You're not actually purchasing shoes and giving them away. You're the center point that's collecting donations and then redistributing those donations.
Yep. Doing it through Hip Hop for Shoes label. Yep. Exactly. That we've come up with. So
who came up with?
I did myself a few years back and decided Colorado Springs is a good place to start. Go ahead and put that together. There's a lot of good local artists here that have been able to play in some venues in town that I've set up for the charity and wouldn't have been able to play otherwise. So I just felt that it was time. I was at a point in my life where, with Facebook and social media the way it is, that I could actually go ahead and put it out there and so people could see us, film us giving away shoes and see how we're doing it, and tying it in something positive into our genre of music.
Right.
So I just felt it was time.
How long have you been doing this?
We've been doing this since last July. And again, everything's contingent on the shoes that were donated. So once I'm donated shoes, then I can give them away. So
what type of numbers can you throw at me as far as in the last, coming up on a year now, how many shoes have you moved?
It depends on the venue and who the artist, some artists I've had have brought everything from jackets to shirts to food cards to, we'll give away anything we can. I would say, as far as video wise, we have about 5 different videos on our Facebook page, which, show, what we're about and giving away the shoes. I would, I can't really put a number on the amount of shoes, but, once a month for the last 5, 6, 7 months, we've helped out a handful of anywhere from 3 people at a time to anywhere up to about 10, depending on what kind of donations I have. So
And is
any donations are welcome. You know, all you have to do is get a hold of us on the Facebook site at Hip Hop for Shoes.
And is this a first come, first serve, or is there specific groups of people you're seeking out?
Well, if you think about it, you got to find people that the shoes fit. So if the shoe fits, wear it. You know what I mean? So with that said, it is a little bit tough to do, but when I get donations in, I just kind of feel around for who needs them. Or we'll just hit the corner where there's maybe a few homeless people and give them away. So depending on who's there and who can fit them, whether it's shirts or hats or jackets or shoes or whatever. So
yeah, definitely one of the downfalls when it comes to clothing, finding those who can fit in.
Yeah.
But
if you're diligent, you can find them. So that's how we look at it.
It's almost hip hop for Cinderella in that sense.
You're funny. We also have a new album out called Universal Lee. My name is Lee Ricks on stage. That's Lericks. You can go to Lee Ricks Music on Facebook to see where our new album can be found. We're up on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, all the main spots. So we appreciate any support with that if possible. The album again is Universal Lee, and it features myself and Mike Naylor from Colorado Springs, who's my guitarist, jamming out with Megasonic from Dallas, who provided the beats and the sound production out of UBP Audio Engineering. So I appreciate that as well.
What is your intention when you're performing? Is it just simply to deliver music? Is it to make a social statement? Is there something else going on? What is how do you view yourself, I guess is the question.
Well, to me, you know, hip hop is the word and the word is life, and, you know, music is life. And ultimately, you know, I feel that music is a healer as far as any of the, you know, it's the best healer on the planet as far as bringing people together to see kind of how we all fit in the same puzzle, which is the earth, even though we're in different spots. So for me, music is just it's communication, you know, on a higher level sometimes on a more emotional level or spiritual or whatever it is you're looking for, even hatred if that's what you're into. So ultimately, you know, to me, music is the connection between all people, all universes, you know, and all planets and all the creations under that guideline. So I just do it because it's in my soul and it's ultimately what I think brings people together. So I think arts and creativity through music and the passion that brings people and just the love it kind of puts on the earth, if that's what you're after, is pretty much unmatched by any other creation that humans have created and kind of stand behind. So for me, you know, it means more to be an artist or musician because you're taking yourself and you're kind of laying it out there for people and giving them a piece of you in a way that is creative and one of a kind.
Absolutely.
So that's why I like music and that's why I support it. And that goes for any arts or any kind of passion that people are into. I think, you know, it's beautiful today to see a lot of musicians coming out of the woodwork and following their passions because for so many years in our generation growing up, they were pulling arts out of the schools and programs and things. And, you know, art is really a really amazing thing. And I think it should be embraced and harnessed and practiced and definitely not forgotten. So this is my small, contribution back into what I've been given by many artists who came up before me and kind of laid the path for me and what I did. So
have you always been a hip hop? Were you trained in some other type of music?
I love all music. Hip hop is not necessarily my favorite music. I would say more of a soul background is what I like, more of a almost Southern country style. Black infused with white, rock and roll, blues is my favorite. But hip hop is really what my age group and younger listen to. It's popular. So my calling was to work in hip hop music and to embrace that, to bring something positive into the genre. It's not ultimately, like I said, it's not my favorite, but it's definitely, in my mind, a higher form of communication if it's used properly. and that interested me at a young age. And there's nothing to me like listening to some really good stuff that I can really understand, and I can help. I can feel that it's helping me be a better person, and they're trying to give me some good information. And so therefore it's not my favorite, but it's definitely prevalent to me because the word is everything, and the word can be positive or negative. So again, my calling was to bring it back to the word through hip hop and to use it in a positive way if possible. So, but I love all music. My favorite music in the world. I'm a white guy, so I can get off doing hip hop, but I really can't be a white guy and do reggae, I don't think. So with that said, my favorite music's reggae by far, but I think I don't get as many boos doing hip hop as a white guy if I would doing reggae. So with that said, I just love music and I love what it brings to the earth, and hip hop is just one of those outlets that I think the youth are really into and something that needed some work. So there I am.
Yeah. What's the future of where this can expand to? Is it going to expand into eventually finding more ways to provide shoes or other articles of clothing, mixing it with music? What do you foresee the future of this growing into?
Well, I can tell you my goals that I foresee, and I can't tell you the future of it, but I can tell you that honestly, my goal is to give away semi-loads of shoes at every concert, in the future. Not maybe the near future, but one day be able to offer free concerts, backed by advertising, backed by sponsors that want to get their name, attached to something positive and good, like Hip Hop for Shoes or whatever charities in that area. I'd love to pull up a semi of shoes to a show, any show in America, all the shows in America that we would do, and have 100 guys dressed in a Foot Locker outfit jump out and fit everybody in the concert with new shoes. I'd like to make history that way. Not saying it'll happen, but that's definitely the goal, is to give more than we receive. And to me, our reason music has a downfall in it is because you have all these people that are mega millionaires dancing on your paychecks, and basically you should give them the middle finger and say, at some point, hey, what's for us? And we've given you your life, your career, your fame, your stardom, your money, your security. What are you giving us? And I think with Hip Hop for Shoes, I would like to change that motif in music to where it's more centered on giving back than it is just taking. So that's the idea.
Well, I think that's definitely the right direction to go in, and it fits our philosophy with the community we're trying to build here with the cannabis community. So, I mean, I think anybody that has that similar philosophy and outlook on life is all part of the same community, whether you're a musician,
Amen,
or a cannabis entrepreneur, or whoever you are. As long as you're trying to make society better, use whatever you got. Music, accounting,
right,
engineering, whoever you are. Use your talents and skills.
And Hip Hop for Shoes is just that. It's just a simple way to show people how easy it is to give. That's as simple as I can make it for people that are trying to understand what I'm doing, why I'm tying it into music and all that. It's just a simple way to show the young ones, look how, I don't have a lot in life, but I have enough to be able to turn around and help my fellow man or woman. Yeah. So that's a community effort that I think, whether it's cannabis, whether it's music, whether it's shoes, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's just hugs and kisses, if people can give back more than they receive, then we can instill a new balance into the universe that doesn't currently exist. And that's what I think is a very viable and good reason to wake up tomorrow and make something happen, here in our earth. So
yeah, are you familiar with Tom's Shoes and their business model?
I've definitely heard of Tom's Shoes and have been told to definitely talk to them.
Yeah, their business model is pretty straightforward. It's you buy a pair of their shoes and they give an exact pair of equal value to somebody else in another country. So it's simply a buy one and somebody else gets one free.
That's what I heard. Yep. Awesome movement. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, more and more of these type of movements need to happen, but they need to happen very closely related to business. I mean, everything can't be nonprofit all the way. Sometimes business has to be done. Do you actually function any type of revenue, or I mean, how do you support yourself? Is it music? Do you have a 9 to 5 somewhere?
Yeah, I'm just a regular guy, and I don't plan on ever being the CEO of any charity company. All this is nonprofit, and if we have things to donate, shoes, so be it, whatever, then we will donate them. If we don't, then I'm not out. Basically, so yeah, I don't do this with the idea of being a head conglomerate on TV one day, hoping to make money off charity. It's just what's given is given, to me, is given back out. And yeah, I work a day regular job, and I make music on the side, and I give away shoes on the side. Like I said, it's just a simple way to show people that even a normal person who can access Facebook and make a Facebook page and get connected socially and show people what they're doing with a video camera can do something for the earth. It doesn't have to be some amazing money-making pyramid scheme that everything else ends up being. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as what is given can be given away, and that's the whole idea between this model. And to me, any plan in debt, that starts off with debt is not a righteous plan. And that's why, there's no money it takes to run this except for some social media hours and some heart and some people donating what they have, whether it's time to work at the music showcases, whether it's time to help give away the shoes, whether it's time they spent to go buy some shoes for us to mail to us, the shipping and handling for that. It's just, it's a real grassroots way of showing people, look, you don't have to be sending your money to somewhere you have no idea where it's going. If you send us a pair of shoes, I mean, we've got them from Malaysia to all over the world. They've been sent to me. Basically, if you send them to me, you can see your shoes given away in a video that's coming up next. And that to me is just a more community and more personal based type of initiative that really, I don't feel that we need to be anything bigger than we already are, which is just people that do a good thing for other people. And if I don't have a lot to do it and I have a regular job and make music on my side, then I think anyone else could follow my footsteps. So that's the base.
Very cool, man. That's what I say is there's no excuses anymore these days. No excuses.
Really not. There really isn't. If you're informed, then go empower yourself. If you're not informed and you're still under a rock, well, you'll catch up one day. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So,
I mean, money is no longer, I mean, the only thing you need money for is to maintain an internet connection.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, if you got the time and the heart, and on any level, I mean, you could be a giver. You could, and not just to hip hop for shoes, but to, for anything in your community that if you want to give sandwiches away to people, whatever you want to do, not that you even want to give. I mean, just maybe help or be a part of, or be one of the artists that comes and plays with us, or, just support something good, whatever it is, get behind something positive and stick to it. And if you believe in it, it will make a difference, even if it's just a small one. So,
Very cool, man. Let's make sure to get all of that information clearly out there so people know where to go when they want to learn about the shoes, where to go if they want to learn about you, and where to go to hear your music.
Okay, we're doing everything through Facebook right now. We have purchased a .com, but we're in the middle of building the site. So we'll just work off Facebook for now. And basically it's Hip Hop for Shoes, HIPHOP, for Shoes, SHOES. And that's at Facebook.com. Just type in Hip Hop for Shoes. You can see our videos. You can like the page. You can donate. You get a hold of me. As far as my music goes, I go on Facebook. You can look up Lyrics Music. That's LEERICKS Music. And you can see for the new album, Universal Lee, you can get in touch with us there. to either purchase the album, comment about the album, tell us you hate it, tell us you love it, ask where we live, yada, yada, where we playing. Tentatively right now, I am set up to perform with the Verbal PIMP out of Aurora, Colorado, and the Wu-Tang Clan in San Francisco, hopefully in August. So we do got some big things going on as far as our music there, and it'd be great. You know, some of my idols in the underground hip-hop world are the Wu-Tang, so it'd be pretty cool to get Lee Ricks on a Wu-Tang bill out in San Francisco in August. Is coming up 2015. So I want to, again, Zach McAllister, thanks for the opportunity with that. So anyway, it's Hip Hop for Shoes on Facebook and Lee Rick Music.
That is cool, man. Pulling some big names out there. What are you doing right around April 20th? You got anything lined up?
I would love to line something up. Just let me know.
A couple guys and I were trying to put together a little 420 show, kind of an exclusive event, like 30 to 50 people small. Thanks for listening to this week's show. Make sure to come back next week. We're going to have more guests lined up, speaking with dispensary owners, growers, business owners. Make sure to follow us on all of the social media, Facebook, Google+. You can listen to our shows live from the website or your preferred listening platform. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, even YouTube, all under the same name, CannabisCommunityProject.com. We'll see you next week.
I'm on.